Welcome, Jersey Shore Boys weekly recap show brought to you by Team Merr. And this is your report for week 6, May the 9th through May the 15th, 2011. And once again, it's your top 2 teams getting better and your teams at the bottom not doing so well. So let's get right to the action. And Jimmy Klein and Team IKYA will lead it off this week. It is Team IKYA, your first place team, winning this matchup 9-6. And not all that much to say from the Jimmy Klein side. Brandon Phillips had a nice week with 8 RBIs. Coco Crisp stole 4 bases. Josh Johnson continues his Cy Young campaign, and my relief pitching continues to dominate. But that's it. On the IKYA side, it's a good week if you have Aramis Ramirez, Hanley Ramirez, Vladimir Guerrero, Carlos Lee, Adrian Beltre, and listen to the week Ryan Braun had 6 runs, 2 homers, 10 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, batted .318, and an OPS over 1.1. Dan Herron, Justin Verlander pitching well. And again, this was IKYA winning 9-6. I did take a majority of the pitching categories, but not much offense to speak of. IKYA had a big Sunday, and Jimmy Klein blew a lead. So 9-6 IKYA, he gets richer. Jimmy Klein takes a little bit of a setback, but will hopefully move forward this week against Bub's Devils. Next up on the list, your second place team. We'll talk about a team getting richer. It's Moogin's Marauders. This was a 12-2 victory over Team Merr. Now, on Moogin's side, it was very much a collective effort, but worth mentioning Martin Prado, 7 runs, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, .462 average, 4 extra base hits, 1363 OPS. David Ortiz also bats .318, 4 extra base hits, 2 homers. On the pitching side, Brandon Morrow, 14 strikeouts, although an 8.64 ERA for Moogin and a 1.56 whip. So the 14 strikeouts helped Moogin take that category. And the 8.64, 1.56 wasn't doing him any favors, but Team Merr lost the ERA in the whip category, 6.2 and a 1.6 respectively. On the Team Merr side of it, when you lose 12-2, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Come again. Play a little better. Maybe we'll talk about some highlights. Now, let's move on to the match of the week. Now, this was quite the epic battle between the Philadelphia Fags and the Justin Credibles. This was just a big offensive week for both teams. Philadelphia Fags, we should come up with a name like a triple-double kind of thing. When your team gets over 30 runs, over 30 RBIs, over 10 homers, over 300 average, more than 20 extra base hits, and an over 900 OPS. I mean, you deserve something if you can pull all that off in a week. Come up with a title, offensive domination perhaps, but the triple crown would be 30 runs, 10 homers, 30 RBIs. Philadelphia Fags gets 35 runs, 12 homers, 34 RBIs. That's 317, but loses that category. Gets a 921 OPS, wins that, 22 extra base hits. Now, worth noting, the Justin Credibles had 30 runs, 26 RBIs, only 3 home runs, but did take the strikeouts category, only striking out 28 times, so keep that under 30. 1 average with a 331 average. On the pitching side of it, a little better for the Justin Credibles. Got 1 last complete game from Roy Halladay to take that category. 83 strikeouts, 2.78 ERA, 1.23 whip. This was a 9-7 victory for the Fags. Worth noting, Case McGee had a nice week. 6 RBIs, batted .360. Listen to this week from Adrian Gonzalez. 7 runs, 5 homers, 10 RBIs, 346 average, 6 extra base hits, 1362 on the OPS. On the just incredible side, listen to the weeks that Victor Martinez and Starlin Castro had. Victor Martinez, 6 runs, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, batted .579 with a 1.757 OPS and 6 extra base hits. I mean, unbelievable. Joey Votto, 421 average, 1.206 OPS, 4 extra base hits. Ian Kinsler, 526 average, 3 extra base hits. On the pitching side for the Just Incredibles, Alexi Ogando, 1.42 ERA, nice week, whip under 1. Ian Kennedy strikes out 16 with a record of 1-0, 0.64 ERA, 0.86 whip. Like I said, gets one last complete game for Boy Halladay, even though that was in a loss. Philadelphia Fags, nothing worth mentioning on the pitching side. 9-7 victory for the Fags, certainly the match of the week. Now we move on to just some of the ugliness that can happen in fantasy baseball. The Evil Empire with a 12-2 victory over the New York Jets. The Evil Empire dominated every category. Did get 30 RBIs and 7 stolen bases, but the rest of it was more a product of George's ineptitude. Just nothing worth mentioning from George. No offense, no defense, or no pitching from George. Only of note on Evil Empire, Kevin Youkilis had 6 RBIs, 2 homers. But this is why, Maglio, I don't want Kevin Youkilis. 9 strikeouts. The guy might bat around 300, but he's a strikeout machine. And when you strike out, you don't play baseball. For Jimmy Klein, if he ended up on my team, it was completely by necessity, and we're not going to be making trades for anybody who strikes out all the time. But a 12-2 victory, nothing worthy of note for Maglio on the pitching besides getting 14 strikeouts. Josh Beckett out of a nice outing against the New York Yankees. 12 strikeouts from Chad Billingsley, and that's it. 12-2, Evil Empire. New York Jets completely inept last week. And we keep with the theme of ugly baseball. The Bubs Devils and the explosive Renteria. Now this was a 10-5 victory for Renteria. Bubs Devils, how do you get only 9 extra base hits in a week? Yet he wins average because Renteria batted .237. Despite getting 11 home runs. If you're a Renteria, how do you get 11 home runs and only get 21 runs for that week? And his OPS, you would think with 11 home runs would be a little better than 819, although he did win that category. Only 17 extra bases, so you get 11 home runs and only 6 doubles for the week. Wow. So just ugly baseball. But we will say Dan Uglet, Troy Tulowitzki, Carlos Beltran, Aubrey Huff, Chipper Jones, Justin Smoke, Carlos Gonzalez. It was a good week if you had those guys on your roster. Pitching-wise, for Bubs Devils, David Price had a decent week. ERA 2.25, 7 strikeouts. Clay Buchholz, pretty much the same deal. And that's it. Brian Dunzig at a 21 ERA. Not going to do you any favors. 10-5, once again, explosive Renteria. Just some ugly baseball. And finally, an 8-7 victory for Addie's Arsenal over Mags. Now, this was just the even-Steven matchup. Very tight in all categories. Mags won home runs 8-7, stolen bases 5-3, strikeouts offensively 26-29. The average 284 to 261, 814 OPS to 771. So very even on those sides. Mags barely edges out each one of those categories to take those. On the pitching side, they tied in wins. Addie's Arsenal 2 losses to 4, gets 1 complete game to Mags 0, 3 saves to Mags only gets 1. 38 Ks to 37 with the pitching. All those categories going to Addie. And also takes ERA 3.58 and whip 1.29. So an 8-7 victory. The only worthy note here for Mags, and this is why I guess he won these categories. Jose Batista gets 8 runs, 6 homers, 9 RBIs, 423 average, and a 1.78 OPS. And Watson wants to say hi. Hey, Watson. He plays fantasy baseball a little bit, but didn't contribute this week to my loss. Worthy of note on Addie's Arsenal pitching side, Clayton Kershaw at 11 strikeouts, 1-0 record, no ERA, so allowing no earned runs for the week, and a .71 whip. So 8-7 once again for Addie's Arsenal. That's your week 6. On the standings, again, you've got Team IKYA and Moogin on top. IKYA has a slim half-game lead. Then you're looking at the Fags, Evil Empire, Addie's Arsenal, and Team Merr to round out the top 6. And the Deads, Mags, and myself, Explosive Renteria, Just Incredibles, Bob Devils, all pretty close. So standings are still pretty tight. Looking forward to getting into the grind here with the summer. Memorial Day next weekend. Everybody enjoy that. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And we'll see you again.